Alright, it's Saturday morning. I haven't been doing a good job of vlogging here. I've been driving some cars, so I'll have obviously lots of videos up. I'm going to do the ZL1 1LE. Is that what we call it?
Yeah, LE.
Yeah, LE. It's a freaking Chevy and their goofy numbers. I don't know why Chevy hacks me off with their numbers. I don't know why it gets me all irritated for some reason, but maybe it's because the cars are so good and I don't want to like it. And I'm just annoyed at that. But anyway, we're gonna go out and do a quick little out and back here before everybody gets rolling. So I'm having a hard time, decompressing after driving these cars and coming up with thoughts. I think what I might do is I'll just sit down and come up with a conclusion at the end. I don't know, but I'm really enjoying all of them. I mean, all these cars are great. You know, each has their own little quirks. But this thing is certainly purpose-built. All right, first thing I noticed, I can't see anything. It's like,
yeah, that's
the big complaint with this car, right?
You cannot. It's really hard to see.
Oh, I forgot we got a clutch. I'm gonna have to come up here. I'm a sit close kind of guy.
The ZL1 1LE is like the GT350. It only comes in manual.
Yeah. So 7-speed, 6-speed.
6-speed.
6-speed manual.
Right. Parking brakes right here.
So, auto rev match. What's the deal with the paddles?
See, I think they cheaped out there, so it's like automatic. They have paddles.
So they just left them on there.
It's both on both sides. It's just a rev match.
Yeah, we'll leave it on because I don't know. So reverse is up lower.
Yeah.
Gosh, this will take forever to get used to trying to see.
You gotta use your side mirrors more than anything. Coming up the freeway, you cannot see nothing. Take advantage of your camera, backing out.
So, this would be a common, the common question. You owned a GT350. I owned a GT350. So the common question is, well, why wouldn't you this versus a GT350, right?
It's kind of an impulse buy for me.
So you're a Ford guy, right? We have the heat on. What's going on here? Let's keep the windows up so we can actually hear what we're saying. Wow, this suspension is crazy stiff, huh?
Yeah, real stiff.
So are there different modes?
Yeah. So you got your modes are right here.
Yeah.
You got tour mode, sport mode, track mode.
These are Magna-Ride, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it is pretty easy to drive. I stalled the STI when I first got in it. Man, this windshield the windows are so small. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's like you've got like a foot and a half to look out.
This is amazing. I've never seen anything like it. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna go down a little
That would
bit.
be my biggest complaint with this car is the GT350. You had bigger windows. You could see. You could see in the back.
Like it feels like I don't know. It feels like I'm in the cockpit of a jet.
Yeah.
Let's see. Does an auto rev match into first?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Well, let it warm up here and let me get used to it. With these cars, you can just put it in third and just roll.
Yeah, that's what he did last night. Maybe shipped it twice on his road.
It's just crazy that we're in a Camaro.
I know. It's like I have picked on Camaros my whole life.
It's the same thing with a GT350. It's like we're in a Mustang.
One thing that the bigger things as far as looks, like this car, when you see it, you know what it is. With the GT350, if you're not really a car guy, you don't know what it is.
Oh, because it looks so similar to
like
a 5.0, yeah.
I always tell everybody it's not a Mustang.
Man, the brakes.
Yeah.
I feel that the brakes already feel better on this than they do on the Z06. Now that you told me the cops were sitting here, we disconnected the radar detector. We're just kind of mosey through here.
I haven't seen any cops on this yet. It's got a fully adjustable suspension. Like, I don't know the specifics of everything, but it's fully adjustable. You can tow the wheels in, tow the wheels out for tracks. You can raise it and lower it.
Yeah. It's just amazing amounts of power.
Yes. It's boom. It's just.
We were going 90 and I didn't even touch it. Oh my gosh.
I think the brakes are better than the GT350.
And I love the brakes in the GT350. Yeah, these brakes, they're
That's what Raz was saying last night. I cannot believe how good the brakes are.
What's on these Cup 2s?
They're Goodyears.
Oh, okay. Just a super sticky track type Goodyear.
Tire. Not really meant for the street. It says right on them, do not drive in the rain.
Which it probably is going to rain today. That's why I wanted to get out here early and drive this thing.
If it rains, I'll be done.
I mean, there's literally no need to shift this thing. So much torque.
Just the fun part of it.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. Love auto rev match.
Yes.
For us, heel toe,
non-drivers.
yeah, heel toe, whatever you want to call it, can't do it. Second gear, nasty. Oops. It's so different, like me driving all these different cars, you know, and me being just a regular dude, regular driver. Like you never get, like I'd be driving probably 50% faster after a day, after a half a day of driving.
Oh yeah. Every time I come through here on the Dragon, I can get it a little hard motor.
Yeah.
It starts on the road.
Yeah. Dear Lord.
When I first got it, I didn't think I'd like the sound coming from the GT350, and I was just stock.
This is even better, yeah.
But the sound of this.
This is Mecca. It's as good as it gets.
And it's motor, like you commented in one of your videos, it was all exhaust.
Yeah.
Like this is motor.
Yeah, you hear the supercharger whine, you get the exhaust, you get everything. That's why these things have been so popular for so long.
I normally don't keep cars very long, but if I do, I wouldn't mind doing something like Gary did with his.
Yeah.
That car sounds really good.
Yeah, this is stock, right? It's amazing how much faster you can go when you're following someone too.
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah, we've been up here a week, and I kept saying I cannot wait till they get here so I can follow them.
Get behind Raz and let him do his thing.
Yeah, first run we did, I was behind him. I'm like, wow.
It's amazing how this suspension is crazy stiff, but it's I don't feel like I'm bouncing around. We can feel it, but it's not the car's not hopping around all over the place.
It's so stiff. Like when you pull into like a gas station, it's got like the California curve there.
Yep.
It'll go on 3 wheels.
Yeah. Yeah, this is tough between now that I'm driving, like when I first sat in it, I'm like, well, because I can't see anything, but now that I'm driving, it doesn't matter.
It goes away, yeah.
Yep. I actually like the position, like on the Z06, my head was darn near touching the ceiling. Oh yeah, this is so easy to...
Like the price point of these cars, I think it's ridiculous. I think it's for what it is,
Yeah.
It's like
this is where you got to be careful with these cars, because you'll...
This is where I hit first gear and... I've yet to have it push out on me on any of the turns.
Even, I'm assuming, riding around with traction control, right?
Yes. I'm like you. Like, I'm not a professional driver, and it saved me a couple times this week.
Yeah, I can tell by the end of the weekend, I'd be driving this thing scary fast.
Yes.
You're right, screw that shift.
It's just fun.
Yeah, forget the... leave it in third. You don't need to shift, but why not?
Take advantage of it.
I keep missing that third. Yeah, this is... every one of these cars is great. Yeah, see, like when you ride with someone who knows, like they'll brake at the exact right time.
Yeah.
Get all the braking done in the straight line, settle the car, enter the corner. Or I'm like, I brake about 300 feet too early.
I'm not a pro by no means, but I learned how to drive on those roads, and it gives me a little bit of an advantage. And I was like Kyle, I was that guy. You know?
Just you find the limits of the car.
I had this little
out of lack of fear. Yeah, this is good, man. I like this.
I think that as far as interior goes, it's kind of light years ahead of the GT350. It's really nice. I didn't think I'd like it, but I do.
You think?
Yeah, I don't like the steering wheel. It's like
yeah, the steering wheel and the gauges get me on these. The gauges look like, I don't know, although this one's all digital, but like the gauge surround, you know, the cluster, this thing is just weird.
I don't like that.
Like this, if they got rid of this big bump, you'd have more dash.
Yes, I think that's in there so they can get the heads-up display in there.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure there's a reason.
The center part's digital. You can change that around.
Like with these cars, I mean, I'd be happy. Just get rid of all the nostalgia and just make it as good as possible, you know?
Yeah, you don't need any of that.
The old Camaro crap. I don't think anybody cares about that anymore.
Not much of a, like when you drive a car like this, you don't want to really listen to the radio at all. But it's got a really nice stereo system.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
See, I think that's important because it makes the driving experience, I don't know, like sometimes you just want to chill.
Yeah.
I know pretty much all the GT3
So that's
guys.
just a regular GT3.
Yeah, that's a 991.2.
Like
so that's the newest. That's the newest GT3.
So do you still have like future plans of wanting to do like a little resort thing here?
Yes. Yeah, I mean that's until I get OG Obsessed Garage built and running. It'll be a while, but you know, my vision for it would be to have a place garage focused. You know, it's me, so it's going to be garage focused, right?
Right.
And then I don't know. I haven't figured out how we would do the cars. You know, because a lot of people would come without their car. Some people would come with a car.
Maybe if you had start small, get your fleet started, and then so that people know that they're available, and then build from there.
But some simple fixes for it is to you know, set a minimum age.
Yes.
Like 30 years old, and just say, well, tough.
And I think you would have to do some kind of a background check.
But see, the key to the whole success of it is very similar to what we're experiencing this weekend. Is you somehow make it so that people know that other people of like mind are going to be there. You almost, for every week, you almost have a separate group,
Yes.
right? And so people get to meet each other beforehand. And so you can bring your family, the families can hang out together and go do, you know, mountain stuff. And then you go out and drive. But the community would be the key. And then what happens is then people come back the same time each year,
Yep.
you know, and they develop relationships. And that's, because from this event, people will buddy up and be buddies forever, you know? And I don't have to, you know, I don't have to maintain that. They will.
Yeah.
So that's the cornerstone of it. And then for me, from a business perspective, I'll outfit the houses with all the cool stuff so people can see it, touch it, feel it, and then they'll probably end up buying half of it, you know?
Yeah, like I'm on the same page. Before I really started following you, it's something I've always wanted to do is have a place here.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much of a resort, but a piece of property with some cabins and stuff on it.
See, because that's the thing that I'm so adamant about is I don't want to go-kart tracks and all kinds of goofy crap. I just want it to be a nice house, not an insane house, with a nice garage where I could bring my car and I would have it outfitted with all the washing gear and everything.
Yeah.
As part of the deal. There would be I'd probably do something like a Cayman. You know, do like a fleet of Caymans or something like that. You know, Cayman S's, like a decent car. But the focus would be I want a house that's normal, not some goofy mountain house. I hate that crap. You know, where everybody feels like they have to have the goofy wood and the wicker furniture and all this stupid crap. I just want a normal house that's really nice, a nice kitchen, a nice TV.
Try to capture the views.
Yeah.
You know, the peace and the quiet. Like, it's
Right.
not.
No novelty, just community.
Fontana, the lodge we're at is really, that's it.
Yeah.
There's nothing here.
Yeah. I mean,
I like it that way, but I think they could use what you're talking about.
right.
Like,
There's a cheesiness to the Fontana, you know, there's a roachiness to the Montana village that...
I definitely think that there's a market for what you're saying.
The question also will be, you know, I could do it sooner if I sell the properties. So if I have the community built, develop it, and have other owners.
Like like timeshares or?
That's a possibility, but more likely would be that I just sell you one of the houses. You own the house, and then we have a rental program through the community, and I charge for that or something like that. That would be a lot less risk, right? But the other option is I could completely control the community if I owned all the homes. You know, if I raised the money.
Well, if you did it like an association type where you have rules, where you still have a board.
Yeah.
That way it doesn't get away from you.
But I think those homes could cash flow for all the investors immediately.
And then what about the wintertime? Like, could you take the cars to like Florida, or could you take them to California?
Yeah.
And still have awesome cars.
Well, because the advantage for me is that I can find the people. I have the people. I have the audience.
Yes.
So I could sell out the weeks. So what's that worth? So if I sell the homes to investors, what's it worth to me to be the person bringing all the people there? And once you get it started, then it's word of mouth, you know, and it
like
takes.
You said, they're going to come the same week every year.
Yeah.
The same group, like your Corvette club where you did the car wash thing for, like they're all come. I think you're onto something there. I think it's an ambitious project.
Yeah, but land is cheap here. And again, I could easily, if I could easily raise the money, I could easily sell the homes, but then I would lose control. So, meaning that, then I don't have the 100% vote. And the problem is most people don't have a vision for what I'm talking about. Every time I start involving other people in the conversation, then go-kart track comes into the... I'm not doing a freaking go-kart track.
Track right here.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I would want it simple. Like, at the end of the day, when you go back there, you want to relax, you want to talk to your buddies about the day, maybe have like a fire pit.
Yep, doing what we're doing now,
Just talk. That's all you need. Good food. I definitely think you're onto something there.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, there are some nice communities here, but not what I'm, not focused like what I'm talking about. I think there'd be the other thing that I would have is I would have a shipping service. You would provide them an end-to-end solution, right? Where I get your car, come down to Florida, get your car, bring it back, and we constantly have a flow of trucks coming in and out of the facility. Yeah. You charge, I take care of it from start to finish. You pay a fee, and
because a lot of people
that would make it simpler with rentals, not having rentals and stuff.
I heard what you're saying. That's like the amount of money for a trailer and the cost to get it everywhere you want to go.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have a truck.
Just saying, hey, pay me a flat fee. I get it there, and there's no stress, there's no anxiety. Your car's there.
And even my truck is not. I mean, you had a Raptor. It's not the best towing rig,
No, I was really nervous. I was going to bring it. I just got rid of it 4 weeks ago. And I was nervous about it. I'm like, I don't know if it's going to tow it all the way up there.
Towing this sucker too,
I've always towed with an F-250, and they're really good towing, but they're not a Raptor.
It does okay, but I have a hard time looking at that heads-up display. Like, I always forget it's there.
You can tilt it down. You can make it go away.
I mean, I want to look at it, but I never do. I'm looking past it.
And I think you need to start selling these.
Yeah, I probably should. I knew as soon as I made it, I probably would have sold 150 of them.
That thing is...
I don't know what the margins are on them. I don't think they're very good, but still, I mean, even if you made 10%, you sell 1,000 of them, $7 or $8 grand.
That thing is ridiculous. I cannot believe how good it is. Like,
Yeah,
I was watching you talk about it, and then I started watching the videos from, I forget his name, but the same guy you talked about.
Ariel, Vortex. Vortex Radar,
He's reviewing it. And I have 3+ miles away picked up stuff.
Yeah, and it doesn't false like other radar detectors do, especially if you set it up the way he recommends.
I set it up exactly the way I was like, okay,
Yep.
I'm following to the T.
That's what you need to tow right there.
That's why you.
Yeah, man, I'm learning that I'm not a particularly gifted car reviewer here, but I mean, these things are undeniable. You know, there's no.
It's definitely a real deal.
Yeah. Not a lot of, just like the GT350, there's not much to it in here.
Yep.
But who cares? You know, it's all up in the hood, under the hood, you know?
Yeah, I wish I could tell you more about the suspension on it. Next time I see you, I'll be able to.
Steering, that's the biggest thing I've mentioned to you at breakfast this morning, is that there's a massive steering difference between a $200,000 car and a $80 or $70 or $100,000 car. But these are still great. But they compensate for things because this is a base Camaro that they just hot rod, right? So we have massive tires up front to help compensate for that.
Yeah, the weight.
Right. But they do such a good job with managing that, and dare I say, I think the steering is better in this than the GT350.
I think so too.
Yeah. And you're right, the brakes are better, although I didn't really get into them very much.
He didn't hit too hard, but
No.
I'm impressed with this car.
It is stiff, though.
It's very stiff.
So much torque, though, even from a bog and from 1,500 RPMs. All right, so that's the ZR1 1LE Camaro. Again, when I first got in, I'm like, I can't see anything, but now it's like that's gone away completely. What happens when the force pulls you back, your foot naturally comes off the gas. You have to keep your foot to the floor, foot to the floor.